Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're in episode 4 of Increasing Energy Expenditure. We wrapped up our last episode talking about cardio, the difference between high intensity work, steady state, maybe something in the middle. And I started pushing into this topic, Adam, about NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And we were describing office workers taking walks and things like that. I described kind of that quote caveman approach of even some intense intervals throughout the day. And I just wonder if people understand how powerful. I mean, if I have a 2,000 calorie a day basal metabolic rate, that's around 85 calories an hour I'm using. And we always talk in terms of training and cardio. Can you get up to 600 calories an hour, 1,000 calories an hour? Probably pretty inflated on some of those numbers unless you're doing a massive functional workout. But what about trying to get up to 125 or 150 for a couple hours of the day? And how do you really focus on some practical tips to increase NEAT? And I think whenever I ask this question, people automatically think of, oh, well, I park in the parking lot, the furthest away from the door, so I have to walk a little bit more. But from something that benign to maybe some more strategic things, how do you really focus on that day in and day out extra non-active thermogenesis?
Well, there's a lot of different ways, and this can become fun, for people. I have a client that I think specifically about with this. She does a ton of cardio proactively. Like, she loves to do like 120 minutes a day. But on top of that, I see this woman on Facebook, and she's paddleboarding, she's kayaking, she's swimming. These are things that she's not logging on her weekly summary. And she's just an animal when it comes to moving. So her NEAT is so ridiculously high because this is really a daily thing for her, is to do some kind of outdoor activity. Even when she is on vacation, she's renting kayaks and things like that. She's moving all the time. And when you look at her history, she was a Iron Woman competitor. So it's just really in her nature to move all the time.
I think that's so important right there. What you just said, in her mind, that's exactly where I wanted to go with this, because even as somebody who's no longer competing, that is my mindset. I want to be more active all the time. And so just coming back to my little joke about parking, I literally park at the top level of our parking garage just so I have to go down and up those stairs, twice a day. This past weekend, I put a roof on my mom's house with help. And I told the guys, I specifically got there early. I mean, after we did the roof tear off, and I took all of the shingles up to the roof by myself. I didn't let anybody else touch a pack. I'm like, look, I'm the workhorse. I'm not a skilled roofer. You guys know what you're doing. Let me do the grunt work. And in my mind, I just wanted that extra workout. I was like, I'm going to get an hour of carrying these 80-pound packs up to a roof and slinging them over my shoulder. And I think we naturally lose that when we're in a calorie deficit, and understandably so. We just want to sit down and rest. And you have to have that mindset of just being active. Every single thing you can do, get up off the couch, go take that walk, every hour, standing up from your computer. But it just has to be an absolute total mindset, and that can add up to hundreds of extra calories a day.
Yeah, I remember in my prep, I started standing up to email versus sitting down because, well, one, I would almost fall asleep when I sat down, but two, I just knew I would burn more calories if I stood up to email. So we had a higher table, and I would start bringing my laptop there. And that helped me break plateaus alone, just doing that.
Yeah, I mean, the postural skeletal muscle of holding yourself up like that, it's not huge. Maybe that's an extra 10 or 15 calories an hour. But guess what happens when you're standing? You're more apt to say, oh, let me go grab this thing, or let me go do this. Where when you're sitting down, you don't even want to take the time to get up. So it is a total mindset thing, guys. And you have to understand that non-exercise activity thermogenesis is the bread and butter of your calorie expenditure through the day. So you can do everything you want in the gym with higher frequency, higher intensity cardio. You can do all of those things we talked about with resistance training. but you've got to keep that mindset of just staying in motion throughout the day. And we're gonna wrap up with another episode or two on a couple things that you may not consider affects your metabolism, but they really do. So stay tuned.